Hi, and welcome to this next video in this series of safeguarding videos I'm producing. This will very much be around child sexual exploitation. Some of the content in this video, which we talk about, may actually evoke an emotional response. So if you are caused distress or worry by the content of this video, please seek help from your line manager or come and see us in the safeguarding team. In this video, we're going to look at what child sex exploitation is and some information around grooming. I think the first thing we need to say is it's very, very clear that child sexual exploitation is a type of abuse. It is where a young person is encouraged, manipulated, or forced into taking part in a sexual act like penetrative sex, sexual touching, masturbation, or the misuse of sexual images, often in exchange for something. This could in fact be part of a seemingly consensual relationship or could involve control through force, threat, or manipulation. Child sexual exploitation affects boys and girls of all backgrounds and from all communities right across the UK. Children are most vulnerable to sexual exploitation between the ages of 13 and 15, but younger victims can also be targeted. Abusers can very much be men or women, and not just adults. Child sexual exploitation can also happen between young people, peer-on-peer abuse, especially within gangs or certain social groups. Part of the challenge of tackling child sexual exploitation is that it often happens out of sight, behind closed doors, and even online. The children and young people involved may not be aware that they are victims of it or understand that non-consensual sex, i.e. sex that they haven't agreed to, or forced sex, including oral sex, is actually rape. Young people experiencing problems at home or go missing or who are in care can actually be even more vulnerable and particularly at risk to child sexual exploitation. But child sex exploitation, or CSE, I think, as we'll refer to now, can also happen to those from loving, supporting homes. CSE is hard to spot, even for the young person being affected, because there is no standard profile of an abuser or victim. Many of the signs that a young person is being sexually exploited could be seen as common teenage behaviours, but keep an eye out for increased instances and changes of behaviour that may be signs of grooming. I'll give you some examples, what they may include. So our learners coming with unexplained gifts or possessing such items like phones, having two phones or jewellery that really you haven't seen them with before and feel that they couldn't actually afford themselves. Changes in mood or becoming emotionally volatile. Going missing, staying out for later, or staying out all night. Being secretive about who they are talking to and where they're going. Lack of interest in activities and hobbies, and lack of attendance at college. Sudden changes in their appearance and wearing more revealing clothes. Using very sexualized language that you wouldn't expect them to know. Engaging less with their usual friendship groups, so maybe their friendship groups have changed. Appearing controlled by their phone. Do they receive phone calls mid-session which they have to answer and become very distressed if they aren't allowed to answer that phone call? If they're constantly messaging, switching to a new screen on their phone or computer when a member of staff gets closer to them. Less common behaviours and indicators of exploitation could include being associated with gangs, becoming estranged from families, becoming involved in drugs or alcohol, particularly if you suspect they are being supplied drugs and alcohol by older men or women. Associating themselves with older men or women or older social groups, particularly if they're going missing or being defensive about what they are doing and when they are doing it. And again, as I've mentioned, having more than one phone or a secret phone. Moving swiftly forward to grooming. Grooming is when someone builds a relationship, trust, and emotional connection with a child or young person so that they can manipulate, exploit, or abuse them. Anyone can be a groomer no matter what age, gender, or race. Grooming can take place over a short or long period of time. Groomers may also build relationships with the young person's family and friends to make them seem trustworthy or authoritative. Children and young people can be groomed online, in person, or actually both, by a stranger or someone they know. This could actually be a family member, a friend, or someone who has targeted them specifically. When a child or young person is groomed online, groomers may hide who they are by sending photos and videos of other people. They may target one child online or contact lots of children very, very quickly and wait for them to reply. It is very important to remember that children and young people may not understand they've been groomed. They may have complicated feelings like loyalty, admiration, even love, as well as fear, distress, and confusion. Any child is at risk of being groomed. Some children are more at risk of being groomed, children in care, children with disabilities, or who are neglected can be targeted by groomers, and groomers will exploit any sign of vulnerability in a child or young person. That's a real brief overview of child sexual exploitation, or CSE, and a little bit about grooming. If you would like to discuss the content of this video more, contact us within the safeguarding team. You can contact us by calling us direct 01271 852 370 or emailing the safeguarding inbox, and we'll be very, very happy to help you with any information you need. Have a nice day.